Any take-tours in chat? Any take-tours?
What?
No. This simply doesn't sound like us.
We would never mess up the recording and have to do it on Wednesday instead of Tuesday.
And by mess up the recording, we mean my computer would never blue screen and then require a full reset. and it'd still be questionable whether or not it was going to work by the time we're going to record the podcast.
Completely unrelated, it's Wednesday today.
It's Wednesday, my dudes.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Welcome to AEW Dynamite.
Oh, okay. It's a Dynamite reference. Wow.
It is an AEW Dynamite reference.
Insane. Huge referential for the podcast.
Rip J. Briscoe.
Okay, I'm just gonna try and copy the intro last time. What did we do last time for the
I
intro?
have no idea.
Because I think I feel like it was a decent intro.
Shit.
All right, let me. We're going back. I'm gonna get brain blasted.
What we do here is go back. Ooh, Creative Clash 2. You see that?
That's a thing.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the intro last week.
Yeah.
Nope.
It was announced yesterday.
Yeah. I'm gonna address the elephant in the room here. He's got a tie-dye hoodie.
Forgot I'm still wearing it. I recorded a bit on Monday for something, and I talked about it, and I still have it on.
Have you not taken it off?
I did for a minute to take off the shirt on under it because it was hot, but otherwise, no. I want to wear. I wear shit for a while, and it's also a spot clean because like the letters are coming off. I also learned that apparently Mac put these on individually. It wasn't like she like it was like a sticker that she put on.
That's really fucking well aligned for being individually.
Yeah, definitely, especially the TD. Again, this TD is super cleanly on. The shit. So let me showcase. I'm saying this as if you've already seen it, but you haven't. I got this on my sweatpants. I got this on my hoodie. I got merch.
He's got merch.
In the scenario that that specifically him, but either of us needed to or wanted to make merch, we could just kind of do it.
Yeah, we've got the means because I'm certainly not popular enough that people are going to be going crazy for my merchandise.
Yeah, however, it could be a semi-profitable experience.
Yeah. So it's effectively the way I think that merch is going to work is I'm just going to go, hey, does anybody want something? Hit me up on Discord and we'll work out the details. Like, I think that's probably the best way to do it. Because, like, especially since we have, like, an in-house thing, we can, like, customize shit a little bit more. Like, we can, if you want something specific, if you want a certain design or you don't want something, it's not like you're just buying a pre-made shirt.
Yeah, it's made. It's like a restaurant. It's like
made to order.
Yeah, it's made to order.
And it's like the thing that every restaurant is doing now, where you can like fully customize your shit. You want no tomatoes, no pickles. You're a fucking loser. But here you go. You can have that.
It's me for real.
That's him.
I still think it's ridiculous that you don't have Roblox merch yet.
I probably.
That to me is stupid. That is like, cause it's just like slap your logo on a shirt, move on. Worst case scenario, they don't buy it, and it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I tried to do that at one point, and it didn't work.
What do you mean?
It just kind of.
I did it.
It didn't work right, and then I was like, I'll figure it out later. And now we're here.
Me and my Roblox character look identical. My body's a square, and my right arm is a prism, and my left arm is a normal arm.
My right arm is a prism. My left arm is normal.
I think that my Roblox avatar is very funny because everybody else has there's like a group of like making it look some certain way, but I'm just like, nah. I got my logo on a shirt and then I picked random things for my arms to look like. Hey guys, you want to know something cool that we own now?
This was part 2 of the intro from last week.
Yeah.
That's the second time. From yesterday.
Yeah, we got like 11 minutes into it, then all of a sudden the screen stopped moving. It will be so funny if it happens again.
I don't think it will. You see, Jack thought it was funny when it happened the first time. He was laughing like a motherfucker.
I was laughing really hard.
And I was like, this isn't funny. The file's fucking corrupted. We lost the intro. It's gone. There's no more.
Yeah.
It wasn't a long time, but we had already started, and we kind of lost our momentum. And then his PC entirely fucking died, and then we both just kind of wanted to die, I think. More so Jack than me by quite a bit, I'm sure. But it was not not a good time. And this motherfucker was laughing like a hyena, bro. It was crazy.
I was, and but look at this shit.
We got
Look at this
box.
bitch. We got the BO4 Chaos Mystery Box.
It's such a fucking cool design. It looks so good. You almost
It hit my knee. It hit my knee.
You looked like you were about to drop it, and then it fell on your knee, bro. That's crazy. Hang on, is it turned on?
Probably. I don't know how much of that you could hear.
I probably picked it. It sounds spooky. It's got the screams from the game and everything.
Yeah, it just has the same shit. So now we have both of the official Call of Duty Zombies items.
Yeah, the like big merch pieces or the big like pre-order bonuses, we got them.
Yeah.
It's hype. They're super fucking cool too.
Oh yeah, it's great.
Last week we were talking about I want to set up a shrine with that box.
You said that yesterday.
Did I say it last week again?
You did it again.
There's no shot.
You did it again.
I didn't even catch that one. Like the second time I was like, okay, this is kind of funny. Let me lean into the bit a little bit. And then the third time was real. I did the bit and then I did it again.
That was funny. Okay. I don't give a shit what he says. So we're gonna keep this setup, or yeah, we have that, and then you won't be able to see it very well. But right up here we have the blood vials. There's one blood vial right there, and the other is in the arms of the monkey.
The arms of the monkey.
Here's one of them. Honestly, come on, do it.
It's not. There's nothing.
Do it for me. Do it for me, baby.
It's not gonna.
Yeah.
You say that, and that makes it worse. It's like
honestly, of all of the like Etsy items we've got, this is probably the highest quality one.
They're well made.
It looks very well made. It looks very clean, or clean as it's not supposed to look.
Like the like craftsmanship is good.
Craftsmanship is probably the best on anything we've had.
I wouldn't say the coolest thing we own, but definitely well made. I think. In terms of the Etsy stuff we've gotten, I think, I don't know, the ray gun, as cool as it is, has kind of like lost it a little bit.
It's not even
me.
an Etsy thing.
What?
Yeah,
oh yeah, ray gun was just off Amazon. That's true. So it doesn't even count. It's probably just the perk bottles then.
It probably is perk bottles.
What else? The monkey bomb wasn't from Etsy either.
No. The summoning key is really cool.
Yeah, all of the shit that we have in the shelf right now is like Mac made, Etsy, not Etsy. Crazy.
What point does that improve?
I started saying it, and I kind of realized that I've had nothing to say.
Yeah, I was like, you're like a right-wing podcaster, bro. A lot of words, nothing
If you're
to say.
24 and you don't own a Lamborghini...
Dude, that video is so funny. That video is so funny.
If you're 24 and you don't own a Lamborghini, you need to rethink some things.
There's so much money out there,
Just get it. Just acquire.
It's fucking insane.
It's so...
This video is crazy.
Dude makes a good point, really, when you get down to brass tacks.
I was so pissed today.
Why are you pissed today, Jack?
Oh, I gotta... Yes.
What has you feeling upsetty?
Because
spaghetti?
I'm scrolling through YouTube, right?
Yep.
And then,
as you do.
And then what's the worst thing about or not the worst thing, but a thing that sucks about being what I would deem, at least me, you to a lesser extent, because of what I'm about to say. But like we play a lot of video games, right? Like mostly popular video games, really. Yep. And then you don't, but I watch a lot of sports.
Yep.
Right. Which, algorithmically sets us with these edgy teenagers who, hate women and think that racism is funny. Right?
I mean, I think algorithmically you get that no matter where you are on YouTube. But yeah, definitely more so if you're in like the gaming sphere.
Yeah.
And like the
so
sports side of
I'm scrolling through YouTube and I get this fucking community post on my phone that takes up the whole page. And it's the Rogan Experience. And it's this whole thing, and it was like God gave you life. And it's like it's insane. And it's just like and it's like you got to get money. The whole thing is just like a weird introspection but with nothing to it. And then the end of it's just like a link to a cash cow TikTok. And I thought it was so funny. But I was like, God damn it, fuck, get away from me. Because the amount of shit that I scroll through, that I like every 4 YouTube shorts I get through is an Andrew Tate clip, or Rogan being racist, or if you're 24 and don't have a Lambo, you need to reevaluate your life, and I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
I think the solution there is stop watching YouTube Shorts.
But I know better to do. Instagram Reels are definitely better. I honestly, I have flipped through TikTok. I did not enjoy TikTok.
TikTok has a certain subculture to it that doesn't click with me.
Yeah, I'm just
I
not
don't
with
I
it.
don't think it's bad. It's just different, and I'm getting older, because now I look at TikTok and I go, there's newfangled kids app.
In fairness, I don't really fuck with the Twitch culture either.
Yeah, I'm not super in on Twitch yet. Twitch is like old shit too. So
I'm not a TikTok culture. I'm not a Twitch culture. I'm not like a Reddit culture.
Reddit culture. Nobody's Reddit culture. If you're Reddit culture, you've got some reevaluating.
You gotta
to do.
reevaluate yourself if you're 24 and have a Reddit account.
I'm fine because I have a Reddit account and I'm only 20.
But in 4 years,
I'm fucked.
it's over.
There's nothing left for me.
Dude, when we both turn 21, we should do a shots episode. We should do a drinking episode.
That would be fun.
Where it is like if something gets brought up, we have to take a drink.
Or we could make it like an actual, like, I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll do that though. That'll be fun.
In the works. No.
Drinking episode.
Yeah.
And Jack, you know what? My birthday is in a week from now. And you know, it's
Our
crazy.
birthdays are on the same day.
What a crazy coincidence. We're turning 21 next week on Tuesday.
My birthday is December 9th.
My birthday is September 15th.
Every time, I don't know why in my head it's 23. I have no idea why. But in my head it's always been 23, but it's not 23. And Max is the 3rd.
I don't know why, but when I said my birthday, and the first thought that popped into my head was 4 days difference. Never forget.
Oh yeah, I'm not. And my brain was like, no, but that was on the 9th. And then I was like, what?
I do that sometimes. I think about it. I'm like, the 9th of the 11th,
the 11th of September. Yeah.
Oh man. Oh man.
You see, Twitter's getting mad about the last scene, one of the last scenes in Lord of the Rings, where the dude's like, "No man can kill me," and then like one of the women in the movie is like, "And I am no man," and then she kills him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody on Twitter's like, Jesus, dude, the woke mob, based on this thing that was written in 1950, that's based on stories that came centuries before.
I have not seen this discourse.
Oh, it's so
You know
funny.
what I have seen is the fucking M&M candy mascots getting fucking removed.
Oh, I was like, what did M do? I was like, that was my boy
we're
Marshall.
talking about the actual can. M&M's done a lot of things, but this ain't about them.
Yeah, I'm not entirely linked on it. Fill me in.
I mean, as far as I know, it's just Tucker Carlson ran a couple of bits on Fox about how M&Ms are woke now. They got like
True.
new female M&Ms or
so
something.
is Xbox?
Xbox is also woke. And then M&M as a company, the M&M's company was like, we hear you, we see you. We've gotten rid of all of the candy mascots.
Which coincidentally is happening a little less than a month before the Super Bowl, which is famous for having large ads.
Yeah, they now have just a regular ass person as their spokesperson.
Yeah.
It's I don't know, who fucking cares?
Who
Who gives a shit,
again,
bro?
Again, I am 98% sure. Yeah, 8. Oh, yeah, I'm pissed because I switched Sky over to agreeing with 98% being a good way of.
It's not in this intro though. We gotta leave it. It's left behind from yesterday.
But I'm like 98% sure that it's just a marketing ploy so that they can so they bring the M&Ms back on the Super Bowl. Because like that's
the big
what
return. It'd be a fun ad if they have it set up to where it looks like the game's back on, or it's like, okay, we're back into the Super Bowl, guys, and now the players are rushing out. Holy shit, the team is all M&Ms. Oh my god. And then one of them goes for a play, and then they crack their shell. And then it pays. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. I was gonna make an out of pocket joke.
Okay. Cool. That's good.
Yeah, my bad on that one.
You,
I didn't say that. I didn't say it, so it's fine.
you guys know that bit on Ascension?
Which one?
You know that bit? So it's by the lander by Stamina, right? You know that little lander area?
Uh huh.
You know how? So you know how there's that that little staircase up to the.
Yep.
Did you know that in the area you know has that water?
Uh huh.
Did you know that water like it acts like Call the Dead water and you can't sprint in that water? Did you know that?
I mean, I never really consciously thought about it because I'm never there. But I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I've seen that before at some point. It's one of those things that like I knew, but I didn't like know. Did you die because of it?
Yes. I gave it a couple runs on an Ascension because I kind of wanted to play. I kind of wanted to just have like a chill game of Ascension to run.
Dude's weird. Playing Ascension in 2023.
Give it a shot. I mean, I was having a good time. I'm pissed because I first boxed a Thunder Gun and was
Okay.
like hype.
Okay.
I got one more hit though. Hit it again and it was a fucking teddy bear. And I
Hell.
was pissed about it. 'Cause I was like, I'll give my shot at a Gersh device. You know.
Get the full first box experience.
Yeah, and I got that, and I was like, whatever, Fire Sale is fine. And I'm a heavy believer in picking up PhD, and then for the first set of monkeys, you just wait. And then, like, you don't buy any more perks. You only buy PhD, so that everything else is closed. You can just defend PhD and get a free perk, right?
Okay.
So I'm very heavy in doing that, and then
Weirdo plays.
and then restarting until I get Jug.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that is what high round people do.
Yeah, because I just want to like.
Except the thing is, they just play out the game until they get like they just get perks and keep going until they get everything they need.
Yeah, the problem is that so it took me 3 runs to actually get Jug, which honestly was pretty lucky.
That's pretty good.
But my first 2 runs I got QR.
Yeah, see,
So I can't.
you know what
defend
the
QR.
meta is for Ascension right now is you just lock QR.
Oh yeah,
Like you just
I forgot that you could do that.
you just down yourself until you get the last one. It goes away, and then you have QR.
I forgot
And
about
that also that works on high round games especially because now you have QR, and that takes an entity off the map, which
Good
means
point.
higher reset time.
a good
Which
point.
is I think what a lot of I think on the easier maps people do that. Or like on Kino, I know you lock QR because you can't buy it back anyway.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what maps you actually do that on, because some maps I think you kind of want to have QR. I don't know. I don't have people gotten good enough at BO1 to play every map locked QR. I don't know.
I mean, probably.
I think
I think so.
I think all of the world record games probably have it now. I would have to assume.
Yeah, I mean, I think so at the highest level because all those games end in resets, right? Like, are any of the
Yeah,
world
if-
record games deaths?
Not currently,
Okay.
as far as I know. Yeah, on BO1, I know in BO3 it's a bit weird because once on some maps once you hit 255 your game's done, and some are so fast that you don't bother playing it out to reset. Because like
What
once you get to
is-
255 you just end, you just like down yourself
In what?
in BO3.
Oh, I was still talking about BO1.
Yeah, I know that's the focus, but I switched to BO3 because it's a bit dubious.
I
like
mean,
that.
I mean, at BO3 you did it anyways, though, right?
What do you mean?
Because you are taking death machines out of the thing, right?
I mean, sometimes I've seen games played out with death machines plenty of times.
Hmm.
Maybe because I was more into BO3.
Talk for a bit. I gotta try
Alright.
to free some up.
I was more into BO3 a little bit ago, and I think now that people are trying to optimize more, they're probably cutting that out a little bit, playing without QR or playing without death machines. I know I've been seeing a lot more like challenge runs now because it feels like a lot of BO3 maps have been kind of like maxed out or pushed to their limit. So
what are the ones that aren't 255?
Shang.
It's just Shang now?
It's only Shang.
Because Shino was the second last one, right?
Yes, and Shino got done a little bit ago by the most insane player of all time. It's Sniper Cat.
Sniper Wolf.
Not that. It's Sniper Cat. Sniper Cat's a fucking crazy player. He's the first person to get a 255 on Verruct. He did that flawless. I think his Shino game was also flawless, and he got 255 like minutes before reset,
Jesus.
which is nuts. Like that shit had to be optimized fucking perfectly. So he pushed that shit right to the edge. And then he's the guy who got 255 in VMP room without Jug. Which that was a game in the like compilation, the like records of the year.
What does VMP take the place of?
Thompson. It's Thompson room. On the Giant. My bad.
Oh, I was still in my head. I was still looking at Verrugt.
Oh yeah,
I
no.
was like, which?
Huge.
I was like, which room is the Thompson room?
Thompson is when you spawn in, it's the room to the right.
Yeah, I was just working through it.
Yeah, he did
I
a
know what
fucking
number it is.
no Jug VMP room 255 though, which is crazy.
Oh, that's nuts, yeah.
Because that nobody had played out a VMP game for a full game up to that point.
Mhm.
And then he fucking 255'd it, got the fastest 255 on the map, no Jug. Insane.
Yeah.
Dude's actually the most nuts player I've ever seen.
Why did you do it with no Jug? Just cause?
Just because he could. Because he was good enough to do it. That was a game that he played out with 3 QRs. He used all 3, which makes sense. Because it's a fucking hard area to survive in with Jug.
Yeah, something that kind of came to my head because I was thinking about, like, I was watching like some summoning salt videos, and I was like thinking in my head on, like, you know, going through all these world records, and it's like, you know, but like who is like how do you consider like the GOAT of these games, of like speedrunning these games, right?
Yep.
And it's like, I mean, technically it's just the guy with the world record right now, right?
Yeah.
But that, I think, is a poor way to look at it. I think
That's
GOAT,
boring, yeah.
the GOAT is like who, like it's more than just like a numbers thing. You can't just go, but he did it here. Like it's weird. It's, you have to go, or I think the very base level is just who was like you're judging how much better than everyone else at a certain time that one guy was, and how long he was better at that.
Yeah.
You know? So like if like there was like I think it's I was watching it in like the Super Mario 64 world records, or
Yep,
it's not
yep.
Super Mario 64, Super Mario, or just the Mario Kart 64. Jesus Christ, I can't speak. Like there's like 32 world records. There's 16 maps. There's like the first lap world record, or just the 1 lap world record. And then
Yep.
there's like 3 lap. And there was a guy who held 31 of 32 world records.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And it was like a 2-year-long battle of this guy trying to get the 32nd and the rest of the community banding together to
Oh my
keep him from
God.
doing it. And I was like, that is an amazing story.
Did he ever get it? Did he have 32 at once?
He never did. He got 31 out of 32 11 separate times. Where like you drop and then he'd be like, all right, I'm back, and then he'd run all the way back to 31, and then like there was like a couple world records that were like people who would like specialize and don't care about the rest of the game. They care about that map specifically.
Yep.
And he just fucking couldn't, and like after like a certain amount of time he pulled it together, but he couldn't for like long enough. I thought it was so fucking interesting, and it was like, so that guy's the GOAT, you know?
Yeah, yep.
Even though now he doesn't have as many world records, like he was better than every other person for like 4 years.
Yep.
So he's the GOAT, even though he doesn't have all the world records now. And it's just like I think that's like the way you look at football as well in other sports, when it's like, but you know, I think based on like skill and ability, LeBron outclasses Jordan like in nearly every regard. but you gotta understand that he was playing in the 90s, and now it's like 2023. It's a whole thing. But yeah, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I also talked to my mom about zombies high rounds, and I thought they were super interesting. Because she was like, "Oh, I could never do it." I was like, "Oh, I can't do it either. That's just like 70 hours long. I can't fucking do that."
I
That's
can't do it. Longest game
that's
I
it.
played is like 30 hours probably.
Yeah, I
And
like.
that was I don't remember how long the Ascension game I played was. I know the Mauer game was like pretty close to that.
Yeah, I was like, I can't fucking do that shit. But like, I don't think it's interesting anymore. I think it was more interesting the lower the tech was, or the lower, like, let's say the technology, like, of the game, like,
Yeah.
because
Yes, I agree. When you're looking at a top level world record stuff, BO1 is more interesting than BO2, is more interesting than BO3, is more interesting than BO4, is far more interesting than Cold War and Vanguard. I think
yeah.
it's pretty much a straight linear progression.
I
Some of the
think I'm-
BO4 maps are actually.
I think I might prefer BO3 to BO2, but perhaps that's just the BO2 thing. But even then, Die Rise I think is super interesting.
Die Rise has a really interesting high round. It's like the only interesting maps on BO3 to me are the World at War maps and what was the other one? Shadows. Those are the only interesting ones to me. Everything else is pretty much variations of just AAT strats.
Yeah.
Which like for playing them out, I think is a little bit more fun. I enjoy doing that
Yeah.
because it's a little bit easier. I can like get into it and get to a decent round. From like the perspective of looking at world records and top level play, a BO1 run is so much more interesting in every regard.
I definitely agree. The tech being so much worse, and it being not only like just everybody competing with each other, but you simultaneously competing with the game itself.
Yep.
And like battling the software, I think is so fucking interesting.
Yeah, and seeing people get so good that the optimization comes down to like how can we remove as many entities from the map as possible? How
Yeah.
can we get this to a point where like spawns are as fast as possible? Doesn't matter how
Yeah.
risky the strat is, doesn't matter how dangerous this is. If it's like 0.1 seconds per horde faster, we do it.
Like that's over the course of 70 hours, that adds up.
Yeah, and
Like-
when you're playing some of those difficult strategies on BO1, fucking no Nova's Kino triple trap,
Yeah,
where you're like forcing out.
Because I think the Kino one is maybe one of the most interesting ones because of like now I'm gonna say tech based on like how we play and like what's the best strategy.
Yeah.
Or the meta.
Yep.
You know, like that changing for Kino a decade later is so interesting. That a decade went by of this game and we're still figuring out faster ways to play.
Yeah, there's still new strats being discovered like relatively often.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting.
Or like new strats that people thought weren't viable, but people are getting good enough now that they're able to play games out.
Yeah.
Someone did a Verrucht run recently.
Mhm.
I think it was a guy named Nestor
Mhm.
who played out a Verrucht game, got I think like 206 or 208 or something, pushed the record by like 2 rounds.
Nice.
Running a strat that for a long time I think people thought wasn't viable for a high round
Mhm.
game.
Yeah, and then I also and I was thinking, Jesus, something I also think is super interesting is that like the world record isn't a kill thing. You know, you don't get the record for the most zombies eliminated.
Yeah,
The world
some
like
maps you don't even get kills like at all.
yeah. So if I played my game 50 minutes faster than you did, it doesn't necessarily matter because we still ended around 206. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's like a similar thing with the summoning cell with like you know like the Super Mario Bros like bus thing, you know?
Yep.
Like I can be so much faster than you, but it doesn't matter because the world record is what round you were on, not how far through the round you were.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so interesting.
Yeah, because it's like it also affects the strategies, because if you find a strategy that's faster but it's only like a tiny fraction faster, that might not be enough.
It's not
Especially-
faster enough.
Yeah, if you get like unlucky or you don't play it perfectly optimally. And it's also, it comes down like there's such, to get some of these records you have to be so consistent. It's
Mhm.
insane.
You can't like it's like you can't slip.
Yeah, you need to be for BO1 now. You have to be perfect for 70 hours.
It's like it's why in my head a lot of like, you know, records for these like games that take like 10-20 minutes are doable is because like you need to be perfect. You need to be perfect for 20 minutes.
Yep.
If you can lock in for 20 minutes, it's possible.
Yep.
But with fucking zombies, you need to be locked in 100% for 70 hours.
Yep.
And it just is mind-boggling.
Yep. And that's why something like Shadows is so much more interesting to me than there are a couple other maps in BO3, but Shadows in particular, like the time isn't as important of a factor, but it's such a tough spot to run in.
It's so hard.
It's very difficult. It also is a slightly different strategy from the normal BO3 stuff, so it gets kind of extra interest from that.
Yeah, and also that like the room you're running in is so much tighter.
Actually, you know what? I'm taking back what I said about BO3. There are quite a few interesting maps on it.
Yeah.
I thought about it a bit more. Zetsubo, even though it's like
I love the Zet one.
fairly standard, is just a difficult strategy.
Yeah, that's
super fast spawns.
I was like, technically it's not interesting, but it's such, I think, an exciting gameplay that it makes it interesting.
Yeah, Zetsubo is interesting. Crovy as well. Crovy is an interesting high round.
Yeah.
Because that Crovy is so fucking cool to me because it's a map that for a while we just thought was entirely impossible to 255 because of an error, just something that we can't control. People tested the shit for so long trying to like figure out what the fuck was going on, just trying to like what could cause the error? Is it like the drones? Is it we know the gauntlet was fucked up, but is it like AATs? There's a bug with turned. Is it that? What the fuck is going on? And then this motherfucker Keg comes along and he's just, what if I shield blasted the floor? And then he gets 255.
It's just crazy. I just love the idea of us still figuring this shit out. Obviously, BO3 was at this point only 8 years ago, but
BO3 was 8 years ago. Holy fuck!
But like, when they figured out that Die Rise, that like the error was coming in because of the zombies exploding or the entity or whatever, the reset was happening quicker because of the exploding zombies from the elevators and just all that shit. I find it so interesting, and I don't understand like how someone does not look at that and go, "Holy shit!" Like I am not like everything that I love. Like I genuinely don't understand how people don't look at it and find it inherently interesting. Like I'm not like I don't like think lesser of them because of it. Like my brain just genuinely cannot comprehend how you don't look at all this shit and go, "Wow," and want to learn more about it.
Yep.
It just doesn't make sense to me. Like again, like the same thing with like football, which again, you don't give a shit about football, and I don't understand why. Like it is a genuine lack of understanding as to why you don't find like run blocking alignments interesting. I don't get it.
Just ain't my deal.
Huh?
Just ain't my deal.
And I don't know why. Like it doesn't make sense to me why everyone does not care about like how game changing it is that the fucking 49ers make Trent Williams eligible so that he can fucking like motion off of the line and pull this 340-pound monster of a man into blocking this like dude who's a $180 soaking wet into the fucking floor. I don't get it. Like that's so fucking cool. I just don't understand, and it's just I love it. The things I love so much. I love it so much. And like there's so much stuff, and I love things. I love to love things. It's so fun. I'm a lover. You know what I'm saying? Contrary to the sports video I made not days ago, titled "I Am a Hater."
Jesus Christ!
I am a hater.
My rounds are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now you were talking about something. I wanted to dive into it a little bit more, and then you moved past it, talking about like the goats of like a respective speedrun thing. We didn't talk about that for zombies at all.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it because I don't know who a lot of them are. I know Keg is a guy.
Yeah, I know BO3 a little bit better than
Yeah.
anything else. I know people in BO3.
I invade like it's a guy like I know King Jack.
Yep, that's an old name.
That's an old name, and
That's
that's
like an OG
like
fucker.
like I knew him way back, or was aware of him way back because he was doing town runs.
Ah, that makes sense.
But when I thought of him, I think of him playing the base maps in BO2. And then like again, guys, I'm not calling the GOAT, but like I know like Frenzy. Frenzy was a guy
Fucking
for a long
Frenzy, bro.
time, and then he got pissed about shit that I didn't understand. And I was like, whatever. I'm still sub to him. He doesn't post things that are cool anymore.
Yeah, I watched Frenzy a lot. He was cool.
Yeah.
He was never the GOAT, but he was cool.
Yeah. I'm not calling him the GOAT. I'm just saying like I'm not super connected. The only people I know who are like big high round guys are guys like that. Guys like Frenzy, guys like King Jack, guys like Keg,
Relaxing End,
Relaxing
Steve.
End, Steve, Scotty,
All them.
Mado.
Yep.
Like I knew the OG guys. Like that's again, it's the thing. The thing that we didn't include from the last episode. No, the last one that we tried to record is that
See, you did it now.
is that I like we're gonna keep this set up the same way that it is right now. We plan on doing a lot more with it, but that didn't end up coming to fruition. But we know we're gonna be moving, and we can kind of plan out what we want to do. And I want to have a big setup with 2 different sides where I want Sky to have new zombies, him to have like BO4 and on, and then I'll have like BO2 before we have like BO3 in between us.
Yeah,
I didn't mention that until right now.
Yeah, BO3 being the bridge, I think works because that's like I think the most connected that we are on a zombies
because
game.
fucking BO3 is amazing.
Because BO3 feels like to me the best mix of new and old.
Yeah, definitely.
Combining.
Yeah.
BO4 goes too far. I think Cold War I still really like. BO3 just does it better.
Yeah, just BO3 does
BO3 just
everything
does it better.
than like every game. Like not everything than every game.
BO3 is the greatest game of all time.
It is like guys, we're all talking about Elden Ring.
We're talking about
Ragnarok.
the goats here.
We're
Let's
not
talk
talking
BO3.
Let's talk the real GOAT of anything ever. So, yeah, I need to poop really bad.
How long have we been going for?
We're like 37 minutes in. I'm the GOAT. Okay. I don't think they can. Okay, yeah, I don't think they're gonna hear it.
Also, yeah, just cut around it.
If they can hear it, I'll kill it. It's 37 minutes in. I know. Okay. Okay. Can you send me what I asked you for? You went bro ... and then I was like, what?
Bro.
Yeah, you didn't. You. Okay, sure. Cool. All right, we got a podcast. 20, 30 minutes? I'd prefer if we didn't. Shut the door. Thank you. Okay, cool. See, I don't really know who the GOAT is, but I know a couple names, most of the OG names.
Yeah, I can only really speak on BO3. I feel like I don't have the I know a couple of like modern names for like BO1. I know for BO2, I think for survival maps it's Chris Voltage. Dude's crazy.
That's a name I know. I've heard that name before.
Yeah, Chris Voltage also is like just the best at Dead Ops 3 for some reason. Dude cracked. For BO3, I know in terms of just like overall consistency and like getting records, I think it probably Keg is the name that comes to mind.
I was like, you say BO3 GOAT. Like I just think it's probably Keg. He just has so many world records.
In terms of like raw skill, I think it might be Sniper Cat.
Really?
Yeah, because Keg I think isn't actually like that technically great at zombies. He's just good enough and consistent enough to get world records and to do that a lot.
Yeah, so,
Like I'm not. This isn't me saying that Keg is bad. He's a great
of
player,
course.
but he's not like he's not like top level nuts insane.
Everything we're saying is in relation to everybody else.
Yeah, Keg is a far better player than I will ever be in my Zombies
course.
career.
Yeah.
However, he's not like insane. Sniper Cat is fucking nuts. A flawless 255 Verrucht first ever. World record before that was like 176. Holy fuck.
That's what?
Yeah. The world record on BO3 Verrucht was 176. That was 3 QRs. He flawless that bitch to 255. And he has full gameplay, so
And he busted it to 80 more rounds.
yeah. And then on
didn't-
Shino, I think the record was like 202. And that game ended in a death. And then he pushed that to 255. I don't know if the Shino was flawless for sure. I don't remember.
My God, it's
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying though. And then he did the fucking VMP no jug, which is a spot that nobody's played a full game out in.
so. Are we just saying? Is the situation with is it Sniper Cat?
Yeah.
SS Sniper Cat. SS.
Nope.
Okay.
It is spelled with elite speak though. I think it's like SN1P3RC4T, which is funny.
All right. But are we just like waiting on the rest of the like the resume to come through, the accolades? Because like we're talking technical ability, we'd say yeah, GOAT, but we're just waiting on the accolades to come in.
Yeah, I mean, it's also Sniper Cat has like some pretty crazy records. The ones that he has gotten are like
Yeah, no, I mean,
super impressive.
I'm just saying, like again, I'm just gonna relate this to football because I know football. Patrick Mahomes is in his 5th year, like being a starter. We all think he's gonna be the GOAT, but he's not yet because he doesn't have the Super Bowls, doesn't have all the MVPs.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Sniper Cat is gonna play the other maps though and get other world records. Cause I don't know, because a lot of them are like easy games. There's not really a point. I'm sure he could push some other stuff. He might be going for something.
So he's Calvin Johnson.
Sure.
Calvin Johnson was ridiculous, but retired pretty early.
Yeah, I don't know if I would say retires, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, in terms of like overall consistency, Keg's definitely up there. In terms of the two names that I know for like really good BO1 players right now are Slayer and Furret.
I know Slayer.
Yeah, Slayer I think is still the person with the Darius record right now.
Dude, the fucking
Yeah,
he's
I
making
hear
that
it.
noise. It's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, Slayer is a really I think he also has the Kino record, which that one is particularly impressive for reasons we talked about before.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kino's insane. He's got the Darius record. He pushed that shit super hard.
Mm-hmm.
Furret is the person who got the 240 on Ascension that isn't technically considered legit because of the health bar and the fast ray.
Oh, fast ray as well.
Yeah, but that was a game that like disregarding that stuff is like one of the best BO1 games. It was, from what I remember at least, it was
so we're talking that Kino game, Ascension game, that Kino game that we had way back where we died around 28. That one, shit like that.
Yeah, I think in terms of like, I don't know. Furret also has the Shang record, which is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Shang record's pretty impressive. He took an early down in that game and then had to play out the rest of it no QR, which is pretty good.
In a Shang game, well, I mean, you could just get that shit back.
I mean,
actually, no, because I guess at the highest level, you really need those max ammos.
yeah, like
when is early to you?
sometime in the hundreds. Listen,
You're fine. It makes sense.
I get it for a 70-hour game. But he took that down probably like, if I remember correctly, like 20 or 30 hours in.
I get it. I just need us to, like I get it. I understand why you'd say early. Just the phrase, yeah, early, like around a couple, like 130, 140. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That's an insane.
It might have been a little bit later than that, but it was still like probably.
That makes it worse.
Yeah.
Just an insane sentence. That.
Yeah. So he's got that. The Darius game that Slayer played was all. Darius is a fucking high round map.
Yeah.
Darius, I don't even know I know the strategy on most maps. I don't even like I can't even like comprehend the Doris strategy. Like there's a bunch of shit to it. It's like in certain situations you're supposed to like do like you trade for the Waff and then you go to the Thompson room, you use the Waff, and then you're supposed to like you're doing trades the whole time, and you're trying to like hit traps as you're going, and there's like a certain way that you're supposed to optimize it. And then when you're in the Waff room, you're supposed to do like force outs, and it's fucking crazy. There's so much shit that you got to do and think about. Some of the trade spots are pretty hard to run as well, and you got to be thinking about like trapping and shit the whole time. Strategy's fucking nuts. I don't get it.
I'm gonna get into Call of the Dead high rounding.
Call of the Dead is so boring to me.
I'm gonna get into it.
I wish you the best of luck.
Cause
I hope you can get to. I think realistically you could probably get like a 70 game.
Yeah, because I did the Call of Duty Easter egg last night. Because the reason I never done Call of Duty high rounds is because I was like, because you just need the WAF in it.
Yeah, WAF is important.
And I had never done the Easter egg. And then last night I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Let's give it a try.
And it was like a former world record was like sub 6.
Yeah.
And like you need the VR11, so you know he one boxed it.
Yep.
It's not something you can't do it in 6 minutes, like realistically.
I mean, yeah, it was a world record game.
But yeah, like I spent I found
15 minutes.
Yeah, like 15, 20 minutes, and like I followed a video that was a YouTube short. So
yeah,
it was a YouTube short with time to spare. like the videos started, and he was like, "How do you call it? Go, get money. And then like he was doing other shit, and then at the end, and then there was a bit that was really funny, and I'm not gonna lie, where he was like, get the homie gun, get a new homie, get a new friend. He's doing great. Kill him. And he just, and there was just nothing. And like he was like super high energy, like get the homie gun, bro. You gotta get a knife through the door, get the homies, get the homie gun, shoot the guy, get a new friend. Look, he got a new friend throughout this whole all this madness. Kill. And then it was dead silence, and then he was like, retrieve your reward. Give it to the homies, and I was put it in the homie tube, and I thought that shit was funny as hell.
The fucking homie tube.
I don't know if that's what he said, but it was really funny. Like if you look up Call of the Dead Easter egg, it's like you'll find it.
Bro, we didn't even talk about fucking egg speedrunning either. Talking about speedrun shit. Dude, you want to talk about fucking speedrun goats? Fucking Freckleston? Holy shit, bro. Freckleston is just like, he, I believe, holds like half of the fucking BO4 records and all of the mainline BO3 records.
So he's the GOAT then.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes, he is the current GOAT. Like 1,000%. He started running Blood of the Dead. I think I told you about this as it was happening. It was a little while ago. But he started running Blood of the Dead, and within a week, he had pushed the record like 7 times and got it like sub 50 from like 55 minutes or something.
It's just,
like to me, he's so good because he can just hop on, like he can just learn a map super fast. He hadn't played Blood before that in like a competitive way.
Yep.
I'm sure he's loaded into it before, but he never speedran it. He learned the Easter egg and then fucking knocked that down in like a week.
Nuts.
But it's like Blood of the Dead is also like a pretty RNG dependent map. But it's like you have to get the perfect setup, and then he has the skills to execute on that setup, which is what determines a good player, I think. Because you can get lucky in a run, but you have to be good enough that when that's what makes RNG speedruns interesting to me.
Yeah,
as annoying as they can be, and as much as I don't like running them myself.
Oh, I love RNG speedruns.
It makes it more interesting to watch, because when someone gets that perfect luck, it's like, oh shit. Like it's so much more intense, because you're like, oh fuck, this could be it. Now, not only like I've got the perfect RNG, I have to not fuck this up.
Yeah, like that.
So scary.
And then like, thank God, that and like Guitar Hero 3 shit, or just just Guitar Hero shit, where like, you know, you'd be playing Solus 4, and then you'd like hit, like I know there was like Machinations A, which is like the. I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's just like when you get past a bit that's like the bit that is difficult to pass, and then it's like, then all of a sudden everybody who's watching, the guy who's playing it, everybody who's even semi-aware of what's going on is like,
oh shit. I love that, dude.
It's so great.
there's always that point in runs where you're like, oh shit,
Hold on.
oh
Something
shit,
might be happening here.
oh fuck.
Where it goes from just like you've been running it all day for the past 2 months every day, and then like
It finally happens.
and then something just clicks in the game, and you're like, wait,
It falls in place.
and then everybody who's like the chat going nuts on the side, the players like going from like super like
Everything's chill. You're vibing.
like all chill, like you're still calming pretty well. But it's not that big of a deal. It's all of a sudden it's dead silent until
my
you're
favorite
like,
shit
robots coming in?
is when someone's running and they're just talking with chat and they're like, yeah, how's it going, man?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everything changes. I think it's so good, dude.
They start going. Dude, my favorite thing too, in fucking like every good speed run you ever watch, at the start, every single time the runner will go, this isn't that good of a run. Every fucking time. It's so good.
It's so
this
fucking
is kind of
funny.
bad. This is probably a reset. We'll give it a few.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that like with a lot of these runs, like you have to get past these like points,
Yep.
where like if you can get to the point, everything you've already done doesn't matter as much.
Yeah.
Because like the pool of games that got past that point is so small that like you can optimize so much deeper in that last portion, because the world record run, like there's only been like 30 games that have gotten to that point.
And like half of them have died after that.
Yeah, so the level of optimization is so much lower. So your run can suck for the first 45 minutes, but for the last 15, if you play it super well, like you can turn that what would normally be a 15 to like a 14, but everyone else has it at a 15 and you're a minute ahead. And you've
Yep.
blown the record out of the water because or you've blown the record out of the water even though the first 45 minutes of it you were like, run's kind of mid. Like,
Yeah. That's got to be the worst feeling as a speedrunner, though, if you play like a suboptimal start and you lose like, let's say you like lose a minute of time, but then you save like 3 minutes later on. That could have been like 4 minutes under, but then you lost that minute in the start. That feels like one of those things where if you're going for like the best possible, like optimizing to the fullest and not just world record, that's got to be a frustrating thing.
I would agree, but I think that people like when people are playing, they're not going for the optimal time, they're going for the world record.
I guess it depends on the thing, because I feel like in zombies, a lot of the runners I watch are going for the optimal time.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people are trying to push record, but a lot of people I see are also like they're not just trying to push record, they're trying to push the time as low as it can go. It's less
Yeah.
about being the guy
Yeah.
and more about like
They'll get the world record and they'll keep pushing it.
yeah. I mean shit, that's what fucking Freckleston did for he's done that on a lot of maps. He did that on Blood. He pushed that shit to sub 50. It's crazy.
But yeah, to me that the continued push of it is not because of your desire to like get the optimal run. It's to pad the world record as much as you can.
Yep.
To be the world record holder by as much as possible and as long as possible. Again, like I said in the beginning, the camera's blinking red, by the way.
Gotcha.
Like I said in the beginning, with the desire to be the GOAT, not being how fast your run was, but on how much better you were than everybody else and for how long you were better than everybody else.
Yep.
And so it's just kind of like that. I don't think it's about getting the optimal run, even though you're trying for it, and even though you will break the world record, and you will continue to try for it. I think it's I think it's just about like you're going for the optimal run, but the goal is world record and personal record. That's the thing. You always have personal record.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, shit. Anything I've ever run has been for personal record.
Yeah.
'Cause fucking not even gonna be able to. It's like fucking world record is like up there. I'm fucking like 5 feet, and the world record is like a fucking 100-foot tall tower, bro.
Yeah, you gotta climb it, bro. Climb. Get up there. Now. get
If
going.
you're 24 and you don't have a Zombies World record, you need to reevaluate something.
Got to reevaluate, but we're 55 minutes in.
Okay.
We had a prompt for this episode.
We will use that next episode.
Yeah.
After the drinking game.
After that drinking
Since
game.
it's our birthdays.
It's our birthdays next week,
On the same day.
On this-
Coincidentally.
which just happens to be
On the pod
on
day.
pod day.
We'll do that prompt for next episode, though. This one, we just kind of were going this
Yeah.
one.
This is goat talk, bro.
This what we had a good like natural zombies discussion. This is rare for our zombies podcast.
I know, that's what I'm saying, bro. I am going to talk about Jaheim throwing a milk jug over.
Fucking
At
Christ.
school, I'll tell real quick because I can. We used to have this every day at lunch. The teacher would come by with this big fucking bucket, right? We're talking like
The fuck it bucket.
like that wide. I'm yelling, so I don't know if you can hear me. Like that wide and full of like
Holy
that much
shit.
milk, right?
Holy fuck.
And one day the assistant principal pushed Jaheim a little too far, and he just fucking. And everybody walked out of the lunchroom after we were finished to just the floor fucking covered in milk, just all over. Yeah, and this came up when I was talking to Mac, and she was like, "This kid," because she works at a preschool. She was like, "This kid was like pissing her off," and she like took a second to just like walked away, kind of composed herself. Then the kid went, "Mac," and then she turned around, and the kid with his little pint of milk just went. Which I thought, I was like, that's the point where it stops being frustrating and starts being just hilarious.
That's so funny. That's holy shit, dude. Fucking little Timmy's pissed off, and then Mac turns around and he's just. Oh my god! And then just imagining Mac's face of terror as she's watching the milk hit the carpet.
It's just so funny. It's so funny.
Oh my god. Well, Timmy, you've created your mess. Get down there and lick it up.
Gotta start sucking, bro.
Don't word it like
No.
that. Don't word it like that.
Yeah. You can't even say suck up the milk because it's still.
We're gonna. There's no possible way to salvage this one. This is a situation where we move on. And where do we move off a cliff, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I'm good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I've got for the episode.
I think that was a good one. A tiny bit short, but also good discussion. Actual zombies talk. We can have like an actual like good title and stuff. What do we talk? This was just a High Rounds episode, part 2.
Who's the goat?
The goat of zombies. That's good.
Yeah. And then get like a thing for Keg, get a thing for Sniper Cat, throw like relaxing end in there, you know.
Do a tier list thumbnail.
No. Don't do that.
Ranking every high round player in the zombies community. And they're all F tier and I'm just in S.
Oh,
That's the way to go.
I got another
No,
ultra.
they're all in F tier and I'm just sitting in D. And then there's nobody in any of the other tiers. It's just all empty.
I'm ass and everyone else is worse.
I like that.
I got another ultra today.
Oh, yeah, the
supernova condenser.
The Blue Nova condenser.
Nova.
That's a good one.
It did seem good. It did seem
It's
good.
not like amazing because it's RNG, but it's good MPU.
Yeah, I mean it's helpful because I have the draconic chance now. So
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Yep.
Draconic chance is goaded.
yeah, it makes everything else like viable. All right. I'm good. You done?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna throw this on your penis.